Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Queen of Wands. I am Pat with Shaken. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for watching and joining and subscribing and booking to the channel. All right. I appreciate all of you guys for being here and supporting the channel and listening to my messages and all my bullshit and my attitude and everything else I give. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys and thanks for joining me today. Okay, so I just sharing this book with you guys. I always get a lot of these books right here because I always spend some time with spirit in the morning. So that's like it gives you like a great start to your day. It changes your energy when you spend some time with spirit in the morning. Instead of waking up feeling lost and feeling angry and bitter, just sit down and have your coffee and your smoke with spirit. Okay? So I always bring that energy into my life. So maybe that's something you guys can do, and that's part of healing as well. Okay, and this book is called New Beginnings. All right, I have a lot of these books in the store, and they just spiritual messages that you can view every day. Okay, just to give you some to your day. Okay, so this message is an energy update to find out what's going on here with the overall energy. Okay, so we got here manifesting. All right, you guys are manifesting. Some of you guys are manifesting, and some of you guys are still healing, okay, and working on yourselves, doing the shadow work. But you're definitely manifesting. You guys could be saying 888, okay, because divine, no, you guys are an empath, okay. You guys are in empath, and you're like going into your purpose. You're starting to really know what you need to be working on. You're that evolving butterfly. I feel tongue tied. All right. I feel tongue tied. All right. The next energy we got here is a prideful person. This could be somebody who's egotistical. I feel narcissist energy. This could be a prideful female, very strong in her conviction, but this person is ego based. All right. I feel like this is a karmic energy. All right. And following that energy here, I get the energy vampire. This person could be an energy vampire, and this person could be the succubus energy as well. All right. Or these could be two individuals. But this is some energy that's here in the reading for today. All right. Succubus energy, energy vampire. All right. We got the devil energy here. All right. We got devil toxicity, and we got masculine energy. That's connected to this. Okay. That's connected to this toxic energy. And we got somebody want to trip on you. All right. Because you could have rejected this person. Okay. And somebody want to trip on you. Maybe it's this competition here. You could have rejected the masculine. All right. Or maybe the masculine rejected this karmic, this competition. And now someone wants to trip on you. Okay. So just be aware of that. That's some tea. Also, it's some CPS children. All right. Somebody's definitely doing black magic, spell work, moon rituals. All right. Against you. So just be careful. This is all kind of death spells. All right. Death rituals. This is like basically the core, everything that they can find, every kind of spell in a book that they can do to bring you down, to hurt you. Okay. And this is there's a lot of partying, hanging out, going out, clubbing, hanging out with friends. All right. And there's also a lot of healing. A lot of healing work has been done because you guys have discovered that maybe someone is just not for you. And there's a red light. There was a stop and a blockage to this, a closed door. Because you guys are healing. All right. And you're ready to move on with your life. Okay. So somebody's had a wake up call. This is the masculine energy here. They're receiving a lot of signs and synchronicities from divine. All right. But yet they're constantly being stuck in this coward energy. and thinking they're trapped in a situation, but it's only their mind. All right. The next energy is somebody's being moved out, somebody have to move out, or somebody's being kicked out of a home situation. All right. So let's get started and see what's going on. All right. So let's find out about this vampire energy, and let's find out some truths that we need to know that's going on. All right. We're just reading for today. Holy Spirit, tell us what we need to know. All right. Tell us what we need to know. All right. But I can't channel energy here, and someone's very jealous and envious. They're very jealous of your business, your ideals. All right. They don't want you to be successful. They're trying to bring you down financially. All right. So what we need to know here is this divine soulmate connection. All right. So this is the main energy of this reading. All right. The truth is that you're a strong bitch, and somebody know that. And you're really standing your ground. And someone's very jealous and envious of you because they know they have put you through a lot of shit. All right. It could be your divine masculine, of course. They've been gaslighting you in and out, just not being there for you. And it's a possibility that this is what they could be coming in again with. Okay. This same type of energy. Now look at this. All right. So we're going to take this evil eye. Someone's definitely doing the magic spells on you. All right. Someone's guard is definitely up here. Okay. And this right here towards this vampire energy. So that's what's going on here. This person could be trying to attack this strong divine feminine. All right. About this connection. It's like a force attack damn near on you, divine femme. Okay. You're burnt out. They're trying to burn you out. With this vampire energy, they're trying to suck all of your energy away. All right. But you're protected. Just remember that. Okay. You're divinely protected. Okay. And this is you're transitioning. So a lot of you guys are going through this awakening, okay? This could be masculine and feminine energy. You guys are transitioning, awakening, and things are being removed that's no longer servicing you in your life, and you shedding old layers of what used to be so you can have a new beginning, okay? Somebody thought the grass was greener on the other side, all right? But divine is saying it was completely artificial. It was fake. Somebody accepted something that they thought was awesome. They thought it was going to be better than what you could offer them. So they chose that other route there. Okay? It could have been a diva. It could have been somebody with money. Somebody who's successful. It could have even been a star. All right? So this is what they chose. And they left behind this strong feminine energy. Okay? And they gave this person right here a second chance. You know, they chose the greener grass on the other side. They chose this diva person, and they gave that diva person a second chance. Okay? They made a U-turn. So instead of connecting with you, divine femme, the masculine energy made a U-turn, and they chose someone else over you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. All right? And they didn't recognize the red flags when they made this U-turn in another direction, thinking the grass was green on the other side here. All right. But they made amends anyway. And they worked this out. And they, thought it was going to be all wonderful and everything like that. But now they're pissed off. They're temperamental here. Things didn't work out like they thought they were. All right. So what they put together so easily ended so easily. Okay. Or pissing them off so easily. Because now they see they're connected to a shady female. All right. They see they're connected to someone who's completely shady. This person is now revengeful. Okay. This is the same energies that we've been getting. And this person's ready to seek revenge at all costs. This is where I keep seeing this fire energy, like someone wants to start a fire. Someone could be stalking someone, like they might go down the block and start this fire and then go back down to the, end of the block just to see it explode. Okay, that type of energy here, because somebody was living fancy. Somebody was living high off the hog, but it was someone else's money. All right, it was probably this diva's money. All right here, where they thought the grass was greener on the other side, and it wasn't. All right, so now somebody's pissed off in that situation. Somebody's seeking revenge in this situation here. Okay, all right, they could have had made somebody into a stable businessman. This could be a drinker, but this is what also someone could have portrayed themselves as, a stable businessman. All right, and now it's like a war-minded type of energy here, a militant type of energy. Someone could have been in the army, and now they're like back into this type of energy here. They could be having nightmares or dreams about this energy. But this is also the energy that somebody have to defend themselves. All right. You have been stripped and cleansed, divine femme. I told you, you guys have been protected from this energy that the masculine is dealing with. All right. You are protected from this. You're going on a new route. As you see the rain pouring down over her, she's being cleansed and washed away of this negative energy, this toxicity that this masculine is dealing with. Okay, I'm going to put you over here because you're being cleansed and you don't need to be sitting on top of all this trashy shit. Okay, look at that. Somebody's having to fight. It's some type of physical danger that I feel is going on here. It's just a lot of guns here. You know, it's a lot of toxicity, fighting, weapons type of stuff here is going on here. Yes, because somebody is being set up. Divine saying somebody is going to definitely have to defend themselves because they're being set up. Okay. All right, so just be careful here at night. Somebody's being set up here. All right, something's going down here at night, and I don't know if the person that's doing the setup is someone who is non-committal. I don't know if this was a fuck buddy. I don't know if this was somebody who was dealing with this person and now they abandoned them. Someone's seeking revenge here. This person is very disrespectful. Someone's angry in a situation. All right, and it's a cry for help. This person could have been hurt in this situation. Somebody feel abandoned. All right, and now this person is very pissed off here and they want revenge. So it's a toxic energy here and it's kind of violent here. Okay, this is current energies here. I don't know if somebody used somebody for money. Yes. All right, and somebody played somebody, and you know it's been this hustling energy out here where someone's acting like they got their shit together and they don't. Okay, this is definitely somebody doing black magic here. It's a lot of you know, negative vibes going on here, toxicity. This is violence, setups. Somebody's definitely doing all this black magic, trying to hurt somebody, wishing death spells. You know, we do have this over here. You know, confirming, you know, everything in the book is being done on the person, on this union, on both of you guys, divine femme and divine masculine. All right, but you guys just have to stand strong and know that divine is fighting this battle for you guys. Okay, also someone could have got found out about being on the down low or about being bisexual. All right, this karmic could have found out about a masculine energy that is bisexual or on the down low. And this person is now angry and possibly wanted, I don't know if she want to kill this person, but something's going on here. And she's also doing black magic spells on this person as well. And it's some type of death energy here. You know, yeah, there's abuse going on here. There could have been altercation. There could have been a fight. Someone could have a black eye. This is very toxic and dangerous because I feel like things are being exposed. I feel kind of nervous energy here. Okay? But you have to remember that you have been stripped and cleansed of this battle. All right? Someone could have left this opportunity a long time ago, but they stayed in this and they kept going back to this. Prideful person with an ego. This could be that spiritual narcissist. But they kept going back to this. And they kept getting further involved with this situation. Kept playing with this person probably. And now this person is very revengeful. This person could be seeking death upon this person. They're very pissed off here. And these are some truths that's coming out. The masculine energy got himself in a situation because divine saying this person was doing way too much. And it was way too much bullshit. Okay? Way too much bullshit. Okay? I'm listening to some chakra energy. I was meditating before I started. All right? Yes. Divine saying this is their karma. But I did save it in the playlist. But divine saying this is this person's karma. Everything that's going on behind the scenes, but them going back and forth into these energies of the past, instead of doing the shadow work and healing themselves, have put them in a situation that could be, it could lead to their demise, is what I'm hearing. It could lead to their demise. This is their karma. And divine saying that's the truth. As long as you know that you've been stripped and cleansed, they made a U-turn from connecting with you. All right. They left you once again, chose over you again. And now this is their karma. They could be facing immediate karma. As soon as they went back into these situations, they had a tower moment because divine said they fucking lied. They was only telling half truths. They were just lying about everything. And even when they went back into these situations with the hot mess bitch, who could be a drunk, who's very sexual, the succubus bitch, they still tried to play on you. They still tried to play on your energy. Okay? They still tried to hustle you and bring a narcissism over there, and then they gaslighted you. Okay? So you have karma to pay. All right? For dealing with this and choosing this over the feminine. And even if you didn't want the feminine and utilized your free will, you should have left the feminine alone. Okay? If that was your choice to be sexually tied to somebody just because of your addictions. All right? You should have freed the feminine who freed themselves. You should have left her alone if you chose the hot mess bitch. Okay? And let the feminine elevate herself instead of trying to make her a side piece and bring her into your toxicity. All right? So that's why you're facing karma masculines. The ones who did that only take what resonates with you because you did a bad deal. You signed a deal with the devil. And you brought the feminine energy into your devil energies. You let other people like threaten her, hurt her, to where the angels and spirit and her ancestors had to fight. You know, you made a bad business deal. You should have just chose your devilish choice and moved on. Because divine said it was a bad choice. It was a bad deal. All right. And you're facing karma. All right. And this is now you're trying to escape from this person who could be a dancer, a stripper. You're trying to escape from that energy now, but you chose lust, divine said, over your soul connection. Okay? Over your soul connection. So that's, you know, and now you could be unhealthy. You need to eat some fruits and vegetables. You need to get stronger. Okay? So let's see what's going on with this masculine energy. All right? And why they're codependent in a toxic relationship. And divine saying because a lot of them don't have any finances. All right? They found a karmic who's going to pay their bills and their debt and get them out of trouble. All right? They found another karmic energy that they could be codependent upon. All right? They're too embarrassed and humiliated to tell you about what they had going on. All right? They're unawakened and they pushed you away because they chose the toxic energy over you. All right? And this is your masculine. Okay? All right? So I feel guilty for standing up for myself. They made you feel this way. Like if you had questions, if you had any concerns or whatever, they made you feel like, don't ask me that, or they maneuvered their way out of that. and they made you feel like you was always wrong when you was just trying to stand up for yourself. All right. This person is going through traumas, childhood traumas. This person is in a destructive path in a life right now. All right. And that path is dark night of the soul energy. This is what the masculine is going through right now. It's all about feasting themselves. It's all about this vampire energy. It's all about lust and sexual addictions at this time. All right. They're definitely like reckless, destructive energy here. All right. So just, just stay to yourself right now, because this person he feel neglected. He feel abandoned. He could be remembering things from his childhood, and he could be having a trickle-down effect to where he could be portraying this same energy off on his own children today, not seeing them, not spending no time with them, neglecting them, not even taking care of them. Okay? Holy Spirit, what's the message here that we need to get here for this masculine? And they know that they left you heartbroken. So how they feel, their behaviors, toxicities, they left you heartbroken in this situation. All right? And some of you guys are wearing a mask about how you truly feel about this. All right? Some of you guys are still holding on, but knowing it's only going to lead to heartbreak. All right? They know they left you like this, heartbroken and lonely, and they feel ashamed about that, but they sure as hell want to admit it. Okay? And this is soul searching and that epiphany. So they're trying to soul search, because some of them could be mirroring this energy of how you feel, played, manipulated, humiliated, how they let people attack you, make fun of you, how they chose their friends over you, how they made you feel like you wasn't pretty enough, good enough, how they chose everyone else over you. And now they have an epiphany to how they made you feel. And inside, without their ego coming from their higher self, they feel embarrassed that they treated you this way and that you see them this way. Okay? The next energy here is deep-seated issues and inner childhood wounds. Okay? They're dealing with that. All of this is bringing back that to their adulthood that they're having to deal with, that they just put it on the back burner. And that's another reason why they don't like to deal with you sometimes, Divine Femme, because you make them think. And when they're with their fake-ass friends, they can live in la-la land. Okay? All right, Holy Spirit. What's the other energies that you want to share with this reading? All right. So they also could be having lucid dreams. Your ancestors could be kicking their ass. Some of these masculines are seeing their death. They're seeing themselves in a casket. They're seeing themselves as not even waking up tomorrow. They're definitely being hunted. And it's not only by how they treated you, it's about how they treated everybody. They have so many skeletons in the closet. They got so many broken hearts, so many deceptive energies, so many lies, deceits. And this person is now being hunted because they know that they don't live a foul-ass life, and how they played other people is foul as hell as well. Okay? This person even feel like that if they drop dead today, that everybody would just be like silent. We'll just say that. Because this person don't even have a good history about how they treated relationships, but they treated their friends and maybe other people better. Okay? And they're having dreams about that, and this is regret and shame. They got a lot of regret and shame for how they treated you. And Divine Femme, you guys mirroring this energy because you got a lot of regret and shame about what you allowed this person to do to you. And that's what hurts you. All right? So that's some pretty deep shit here. And this person is mad. All right? They know they played mind games and they're losing it because now karma is here and somebody's doing the same fuck shit to them. Playing these mind games. Making them lose their mind. Now the same things that they did to you, making you feel like you was crazy about shit. somebody's definitely doing to them. Definitely. They don't know if people telling them the truth, who they can trust, who's lying. They don't know shit. Okay? They confused. All right? But this is you deciding, especially if you're Leo, you're deciding to use your wisdom, your dignity. Okay? And you're trying to balance out your life because you're moving in a new direction. All right? You have accepted it is what it is in this situation. A lot of you guys don't see no potential because this energy is stuck in ego and refuse to do the work. So that's why you guys are very defensive, because you feel like you're dealing with someone who's destructive. All right? That's how toxic this has gotten. Okay? So the masculine is coming up as a coward at this time, not facing the shit that they have done. All right? Because you see right through their ass. You know exactly what this person is doing. And that's why they running from you, Divine Femme. They don't want to face your opinions and how you feel about them, because they know that you know and you see right through them. Holy Spirit, what is the masculine's energy for this reading? Please let us know the masculine's energy for this reading. That wake-up call. He's having this wake-up call, this revelation about what it is, what he's doing, his life, his lifestyle, his friends. All right? These came out in reverse. So let's see what they are. All right? In reverse, he's trying to not neglect his wounds. He's been neglecting them, but now he's trying to pay attention to them. He's aware of them now. Okay? And he did want to work out before, but now he don't want to work with someone. All right? He could be deciding to not put the work in a situation because he's trying to work on his wounds, his addictions, his hurt, his pains, and he want to do it alone. Okay? These two energies here, because he know that you see right through him. They're definitely concerned about what you see. They even concerned about you might see some things that happen in their childhood. Okay? And they're planning. They're trying to make plans in their life. All right? Holy Spirit, what is the direction? All right? So these cards came out because somewhere down the line, the masculine wants to be loyal. Somewhere down the line in their life, they're planning on trying to be loyal, but right now, they're in denial. Okay? They're in denial of shit because they're unbalanced. Okay? They're trying to balance out their life, but they have too much pride and ego right now to talk to you, to even, connect with you. But you know what? They know that you were a loyal person and you would have been loyal to them to the end. They know that. But their pride and ego is not letting them face that or deal with that. They're trying to neglect that because of the regret and shame. Okay? They're definitely connecting with you guys through music. It could be love songs, energies that you guys feel. All right? And speaking of love songs, it's Teddy Pendergrass. I don't know if you guys know who Teddy Pendergrass is. One of his songs was if I'm loving somebody when somebody loves you back, it feels so good. Okay? And listen to that, because this is a song that the masculine have been sending to you guys. Teddy Pendergrass, it feels so good to when somebody loves you back, and he wants you to listen to the end. I listened to it yesterday to the end, and it's the words that he wants to say to you, but he's unable to express himself like that. But he just wants you to know, listen all the way to the end. All right? So I was like, oh, okay then. So then I was like, oh, okay, I listened to that. And then Spirit said, 1 minute, it's a song I want you to listen to while you're on Teddy Pendergrass. And I want you to send this song to the world. And it's called Wake Up Everybody, No More Sleeping in Bed. All right, I really need you to listen to that song by Teddy Pendergrass. All right. And this song is that he's calling out everybody. He's letting everybody know that he see your shit He see your lies. You need to stop hiding shit. Stop acting like you're going to get away with shit. Okay? Because he see everybody. And he telling you to wake the hell up. All right? Because everybody is a teacher of some sort. Everyone is a teacher of some sort. All right? And I want y'all to listen to that song, Wake Up Everybody by Teddy Pendergrass. Listen to the end, because Spirit is throwing out a strong message that this world is a mess and that everybody needs to wake the fuck up. And that was a strong song, and I listened to that song to the end. All right? That was my dance song for yesterday. All right? So sorry about that, but back to the energy here. Thank you. It's a lot of signs and synchronicities going on through Spirit. And it is through songs. Okay? They confirming that. You guys are definitely dealing with interventions through Spirit, through tower moments. They telling y'all, wake up, everybody. Wake up. We can change this world because we're all a teacher in some way. Okay? Stop being a coward, divine masculine. You put yourself in these predicaments. It's time to deal with that energy and stop suppressing how you truly feel. Okay? And this is separation, because they're suppressing how they truly feel about this separation from you, divine femme. Okay? And this is what they truly want, is this reconciliation. But yet, they just keep not identifying how they feel about you. Okay? They're just keeping it a secret. Okay? Because they think that you're going to judge them. All right? They are already judging themselves. They're already being critical about themselves, their own behavior, how they treated you. And they just can't take it if you come back in and start doing the same thing too. Okay? So that's why they really having a hard time. Okay? So let's see what else is going on. What is the tea that's going on with this connection here? What is the tea that's going on here? All right? So they're moving in silence. All right? And I feel like this is you, divine femme. I think you're moving in silence, okay? While the masculine is hustling, okay? Now you hustling too, divine femme. So this could be both of you guys focused on your money and moving in silence. But somebody is very clout hungry. They got to have all of the attention. This is that people pleaser, okay? Holy Spirit, what's the tea for this reading? Somebody's very confused about which way they want to go. It could be people talking shit. That's keeping somebody stuck. They worried about judgment of others instead of living their own life. Somebody could have a car situation going on. They need transportation. All right? And somebody just hooked on somebody's pussy. Or somebody's hooked on somebody's nuts. Okay? Somebody's hooked on the way they're getting fucked by somebody. All right? So, everybody be like, what? Okay? So, let's clarify this shit and find out what's going on with this. Okay? Let me get the traditional tarot. Hey, we're going to get the masculine tarot. And we're going to see who is hooked on this. Wow. Divine said it's the end of it. That's for sure. That completely came to an end. All right. All right. So somebody got over that. Holy Spirit, clarify the hook for us. Who is this that's hooked on this sexual encounter? Who is this? That's too many cards. Who is this, Holy Spirit? We just want a quick glimpse of who is this. Okay. Oh, it was somebody being sneaky. Okay. It could have been a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius. All right. It was being somebody who was sneaking around doing this. Somebody's sneaky. All right. Give us one more, Spirit. We're kind of nosy about this. All right. And they left someone waiting. It could have been a fire sign that was waiting while someone's being sneaky and screwing around with somebody else. Oh, okay. So your divine masculine was hooked on a possible air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and they was cheating on you, divine femme, okay, while they was hooked on someone else's coochie. All right? All right? While they was hooked on someone else's coochie. And they was being sneaky. All right? So just be aware of that energy. And also the other energy is that they was being sneaky. They hooked on screwing you. And every time they was connecting with you, they was being sneaky about it. All right. Here's a King of Pentacles energy. So somebody also could be screwing somebody for money, and it also could be a mother. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. So what else is going on? Look at that shit, y'all. The third party. So it's definitely a third party going on, and somebody was being sneaky about it, and also they put you in a third party, Divine Femme. I feel like it was multiple third parties going on. Divine said, you guys seen this shit. You knew exactly what was happening here. You seen right through the situation, and you knew that this person was kicking off demon energy. You seen right through all of this. You broke the code that they just like screwing you, the Empress, and going in another situation, taking your energy and putting it back into a third party that they was connected to. All right? Divine said they was being fake as hell. Okay? They was smiling in your face and stabbing you in the back, and now they fucking hunted and having nightmares from their behavior and how they treated you. Okay? So your ancestors are definitely here. All right? They basically saying, oh, you ain't gonna sleep, motherfucker. You're gonna have these dreams and you're gonna reminisce about how the fuck you treated somebody. All right? How you treat others. This person is definitely being hunted here. Okay? Definitely being hunted here. All right? And they also could have a sexually transmitted disease, have recently caught this. Okay? But this has been going on for a while. And also, they could be hunted because they could have had a sexually transmitted disease and they have not told people and could just be spreading this. Okay? They could just be spreading a sexually transmitted disease and have not told people. And that's why they're getting hunted as well. Okay? Having nightmares about it. And now they want to trip on you. Okay? Now they want to trip on you. Because they could be in a situation. Okay? They want to dust off what you guys have going on here. All right. They want to see if things can work out with you guys again because they're crying over you. All right. They went off and chose over you. Now they're facing karma. They could have had contracted a sexually transmitted disease, but now they want to come back to you because they miss you. And they're getting hunted about how they treated you. You know, and they're definitely crying over you because they let everybody talk about you. They had no real facts about you. These fake friends didn't really know you, but they just went right on with their fake friends. And they cared about what society thought versus what you two had. All right? And now they're lost without you. They miss what you guys had. They're also broke and bankrupt. You were the one, Divine Femme, to help this person connect and make the money and build an empire. But now guess what? You don't give a fuck. Okay? You just don't give a fuck anymore. All right? So this is what I have for you guys. If you like your own personal reading, please email me at queenofwands50@gmail.com. All right? Just like I said, this is your masculine and this is your feminine energy. And you just don't give a fuck. All right? Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.